What do I have to do to start with then? My name?
Get your slide ready, and when you're ready, just introduce yourself by saying who you are and what your talk is going to be about. Make sure I've got you in the frame. Well, the floor is yours, Stuart.
So I just start with my name is Stuart Barclay.
If that's your name, I'll do it.
Okay, that's good. You ain't pressed record already, have you?
Sing it?
You pressed record already?
It's already on you.
Oh, okay.
I shall edit it properly, so once I'm out of the way, I only charge it when you start, so.
Okay, my name is Stuart Barclay. I'm doing a presentation on F1 Formula 1 cars in 2016. Does anyone know anything about Formula 1?
A little bit. Not done as a spectator.
You, Dave? Not that much. Today I will be telling... Oh, no. Oh, I've ruined it already. I just want to make everyone understand a little bit more about Formula 1. As Dave doesn't know anything about it, I thought I'd just give a little insight about everything. The histories of the cars. There have been lots of different manufacturers of cars and car companies which have come into Formula 1 over the years. We have Jaguar, which is a British company, which I have a photo of here.
I'll just stop there, Mr. If you want to get rid of your slide now, because that's how to turn it off. Thank you.
We have a slide there of a Jaguar. British Racing Green, very nice car, British car. They were in the sport from 2000 to 2004 before they went bust in Formula 1, not in total. We have Lotus as well, which was another team which was in Formula 1 for a while. They ran Renault engines. They were in from 2009 to 2011 before they were sold and were renamed Caterham. Which car can... Any questions? No? Any questions, Jerry?
Not yet.
I have a quick question. Which car company had a racing green livery? Dave? First one.
I know, teacher.
All right, thank you, Dave. That was a good answer. The cars which are present these days in Formula 1 are... Mercedes are the world champions at the moment. I haven't actually got a picture of a Mercedes because it's been all over the papers. So I did,
Too fast to catch.
and they're too fast to catch. We have the Renault, which is a picture there. Very nice car, which has the halo system on there, which is the new safety aspect of it, so pretty much so they don't get hit in the head. We have the Sauber, which are their title sponsors this year are Alfa Romeo, which is a new company which has come into Formula 1 once again. We have Red Bull, which their main car sponsor this year as well is Aston Martin. We have Williams, whose title sponsor, I think for the past couple of seasons, has been Martini. Ferrari, another picture. Shell. Shell have been one of Ferrari's main sponsors for years and years now. They've obviously been in the sport since day dot. I think they're the only constructors which have actually been through every season in Formula 1. And then you have one of the newest teams, which is Haas. They're an American-based company. The guy that actually owns Haas is called Gene Haas, and he ran, I think it was NASCAR and Indy 500s and stuff like that, companies over in America. So he decided to have a go at Formula 1 as well, which is quite good. You also have a McLaren there, which is very orange. They seem to change their colours all the time. And then we come to Oh, is there any questions about the present Formula One cars? No?
Do McLaren have a major sponsor yet?
I don't think they actually do at the moment. They haven't actually come out and said that they have a full title sponsor just yet, but it will be coming out soon. Obviously, they've just changed to Renault engines, but that's just their engine. That's their engine. That's not actually their title sponsor. So, I have a question, Dave. What is the main sponsor of Red Bull?
Aston Martin.
Well done, Dave. Very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Right, future companies which are coming into Formula One. Aston Martin have been talking about maybe bringing out their own engine and bringing their own car into it, as well as sponsoring Red Bull at the same time. You also have Audi, which I'll have a picture of just here, which have also been talking about coming into Formula One, but I think one of their main reasons why they won't enter Formula One is because of the cost of running the hybrid engines. That's just a basic thing. Like, the engines cost so much money these days. They're only 1.6 litre turbos, but they're pushing out 9 to 1,000 brake horsepower. So, and it's the recovery, the curve systems, and everything else which goes with it, which sort of just puts companies off a bit. You've got Porsche as well, which is another company which have been thinking about coming in. Once again, I think it's just because of the fact of the cost and the fact that they'll be so far behind if they try bringing their own engine in, that it'd be difficult for them to catch up before the next regulation changes. Lamborghini I've also heard of, which may be putting themselves forward for it. But once again, it would be altogether to do with cost cutting and stuff like that. All the teams want cost cutting, except for Ferrari and Mercedes, because Mercedes are winning and Ferrari spend so much money and have such a massive budget, they can afford to plough money into whatever they need to make themselves go faster and win titles.
Not really fair on the small teams, is it? Really?
No, it's not fair on the small teams, especially when Bernie Ecclestone was in charge. It was the top three teams, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, which would make the money, and the smaller teams would make no money. Like, it was just ridiculous. Some teams were getting 100, 150 million pound budgets, and the bottom teams were having 30, 40 million pound budgets and having to rent engines and buy engines off of other companies to be able to put in the back, and it would be year-old company engines and all that sort of stuff. And then they would have 100 people working there, and the big teams would have 1,500 people working there in these big, shiny, brand new offices and state-of-the-art equipment and stuff. So it's not very fair. The new company which has come in, which has taken over, which is Liberty, I hope are going to sort it out. But obviously, because of all the teams being in their old ways, they've got a big challenge on their hands, really. Any questions? No? Okay, so what were the two car companies, German companies, that plan on joining the grid? I'll ask Jerry one, and Dave can tell me the other.
Audi, Osborne Dodge Technique.
There you go.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. No, because they're not German.
So,
I was turned off.
yeah, turned off.
That don't count. This is my daughter. Come on, work. Ah, there we go. We got there. So, as we've spoken about, throughout the years there's been a lot of change in Formula One. Car companies come in, car companies go. Hopefully the future brings more teams in to be able to make the grid bigger, because back in the day there wasn't that many teams, and then all of a sudden lots of teams came in, chucked engines in the back of cars, and there was 25, 26 teams, cars, on the grid, and for the past few seasons, there's been lucky to get 20. So it's been a difficult time for Formula One, really. But that's pretty much it. Any questions?
You say about one of the teams changing the cars quite often. Do they do that very often then?
As in change cars?
Change cars and stuff.
They change the livery quite often, depending on the team. McLaren seem to change their car every season. Ferrari are always red, because that's just the way Ferrari is. Mercedes, always silver. But you do get Force India, for example. They were red and white, and red, white and yellow for about 3 seasons, and then a title sponsor came in, turned around and said, your drivers have to wear pink, you have to have a pink helmet and a pink car. And that was pretty much it. And it's to do with water, so I don't actually understand why all of a sudden it needed to be pink. But, yeah. There you go. Thank you. And that's about it, really. I hope that's been long enough.
What's your link?
Oh, my link. Looking forward to the next season. It'll be good to see what the other manufacturers bring in and how the actual company, Liberty, change the rules and regulations to be able to accommodate everyone in a fair way. But they've got a big task on their hands, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Dave.